Hello everybody, this is Kurgan here, and today we're talking about a game called Spintires. Now this is an indie game, so not a ton of people are really going to have heard of it, and it's just released basically. Well, not released. It's gone on to Kickstarter, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a bit. But first off, we're going to talk about what the game is, and it's kind of an off-road driving sim. They haven't flat out called it a sim, but it seems to be pretty realistic. I mean, I don't have an 8-wheeled vehicle to compare it to, but overall, they seem like they're trying to be pretty realistic about it for people who are interested in this kind of thing. Now, there's going to be a campaign mode, and depending on whatever they fund, there could possibly be multiplayer modes and such. But basically, the campaign mode, you are going to be a logger. You're a Russian logger. This is the 80s and the 90s, so there's no crazy GPS technology or anything like that. Your sole responsibility is to go deep into the woods. As you can see where I'm at, this is pretty remote. We're kind of in the middle of nowhere, and you have to grab logs using a crane, load up your vehicle. As you can see, my truck is capable of carrying a trailer, and bring them back to society. And now I don't know if you'll actually bring them back to society or if you bring them to some sort of logging waypoint. That's more likely. But you also are responsible for filling up on gas, and you have a map and a compass. And so once you load up, you have to plot your course out of the forest. You're responsible for using all that low-tech technology, no GPS, no trickery. You have to plot the course yourself, and so that makes it kind of cool. It's going to add another challenge. I don't know, they haven't said how big the map's going to be yet, but it'll be interesting to see how complicated that is really going to be. Now, the other aspect of the game is your vehicle can be damaged. In the tech demo, it can't, as far as I know. But there's going to be vehicle damage, there's going to be fuel, and you're going to want to do as little damage to your vehicle, obviously, as possible. And not only can you just damage it, cosmetically, you can actually physically damage your truck. You can break your differentials and such like that, because there is actually locking differentials, which I'll be showing here in a little bit. So you want to be really careful when delivering your load and using your vehicle properly, the right drive modes for the right terrains, otherwise you're going to have some big problems. Now, as you can see, this game has terrain deformation, which is the first thing that drew me in. Pretty cool. I'm gonna switch to daylight here just so you guys have a little bit better view. All you have to do is click once, and there you see you get the mouse and these buttons over here. You can fast forward the time, and we're morning. I'll go a little bit farther than that. Okay, so now terrain deformation. So you can see my tires are all gummed up with mud there, but if I back up into this water here, clean them up here a little bit. Okay, look at that. That's really pretty cool. And you can kind of take the camera and drag it around and look at things, and you can see the water has deformation, so pretty interesting. Just kind of sit here and watch, how many games have features like that. So anyways, we'll take a look at the mud deformation a little bit. And you can see these obviously leave tire tracks, and there's ruts, and you get stuck in these ruts, you'll feel them. So it's pretty realistic, kind of cool. And they're basically using the Havoc engine. I don't know if they have some other technical mumbo jumbo going on that I don't know about, but that's basically what they have running this. As you can see, you can also push down trees here, so pretty cool. I don't know if you can get any to stay down like that, or if they all kind of rubber band back up, but it's still, this is, I wouldn't even call it alpha testing. I don't know what it is, but just the fact that you can kind of push this stuff down is pretty sweet. It'll be like NASCAR. People just buy the game to wreck their vehicles. Now, as I was talking about, you're basically a Russian logger, so your sole objective is going to be to deliver these logs, and you're going to be given skill points based on how well you deliver them, based off the truck damage we were talking about, and the fuel expended, and the territory that you actually covered. There is going to be a bonus for covering more ground, so you're going to have to make that choice between covering more ground and the fuel you want to expend, and it's going to be min-maxing on what kind of rewards you want to see out of the situation, and it's going to probably take some gameplay to figure that stuff out. Also, covering ground is going to become an issue because there's crates that you can find in the wilderness. Now these crates are going to be radioactive, and you have a Geiger counter. You can track these radioactive crates, and these crates give you vehicle unlocks. Now these vehicle unlocks can be special ones, like they're not going to be actually available for purchase using skill points. So looking for radioactive crates and covering a little bit more ground to do so, that's the risk you take. You might cover some more ground and not find anything, but if you do, you could find something cool that you can't necessarily buy in the store. So it's going to be bonuses, you know, basically for exploring, which is awesome. And then we've been talking a little bit about skill points. The skill points, you'll be able to use those to upgrade certain aspects of your vehicle. Now, as you've seen, there is nighttime, so lighting is going to actually be a big thing. The headlights on this vehicle I'm using right now really aren't that great. To have some side lighting and such to go deeper into the woods would be really nice. So that'd be something that you would use your points on to buy for your vehicle. And then there's things like turbochargers to give your vehicle more power, better air filters. You know, look at the environment we're driving in. So I'm not sure exactly what the air filter will do, but I mean, maybe that's also part of damaging your vehicle, because if you're getting mud and crap on your filter and it's getting into your engine, that could risk damaging your vehicle and lower your prize at the end. So and then also you get a reward for bringing back more logs, so bigger trailers are going to be another upgrade. And then I guess there's going to be a possibility of getting stuck, which, I mean, this is a pretty highly upgraded vehicle as far as I know. Their actual video that they show, there's a 6-wheeled truck basically. You see them on military bases. That I can assume would be, you know, get stuck easier, but I mean, this thing's 8-wheel drive. It's going to be very hard to get something like this stuck. So yeah, if you're worried about your vehicle getting stuck, you can buy winches and such for it. And then of course you can buy some vehicle upgrades, and you can buy new trucks like this one. So if you have a truck that's getting stuck, obviously you're going to buy a winch for it. And then as you get more and more money, you will be looking to something like this, where this thing is going to be pretty difficult to get stuck. It's pretty beastly. It's I haven't managed to get it stuck at all yet. Now, as I talked about, the reason I came over to play this game was because of the terrain deformation, the water, that kind of stuff. And I like trucks. I like anything with a motor basically. So it kind of seemed like something that wasn't out there and something that I'm interested in. And the budget on the Kickstarter is a very small amount, so I'm probably going to invest in this. And they offered the tech demo, which you see me playing here now. And we talked a little bit about parts breaking, so I'm going to show you this right now. Not necessarily parts breaking, but what you can do. You can turn off your all-wheel drive, which I just did there, and you can turn off your locking differentials, which I just did there. It just gives you a little screen shake to show you what's happened. And now I'll show you how effective it is with open differential, and basically the back 4 tires are the only tires driving this thing. Well, we'll leave it this way and see if you're going to be able to see the tires spin. See that right there? 2 tires spinning. Pretty hard to go any place with just 2 tires spinning. Give it a shot again. We'll give it a running start. As you can see, this is a big hill. And that's it. That's all she's got with the open differential and 2-wheel drive. Now, we'll lock it in 4-wheel drive, or not 8-wheel drive technically, and we'll try it again. We still got open differentials going. I haven't tried this hill to see if I can make it with 8-wheel drive with open differentials. I kind of think I can. Oh, it's going. Still moving forward. Nope. Well, maybe. Oh, yeah, front tires are grabbing. We're going to make it out. Okay, so now you've seen how it works 8-wheel drive, and you've seen how it works in 4-wheel drive with the open differentials. Now we're going to lock all 4 differentials, so we have all 8 tires spinning simultaneously. There is not going to be any difference between them. I think I just locked it in, so we'll see here. If I can't make it up, we'll know. Look at how much quicker that is. So having those locking differentials and the extra drive tires is a big benefit to this truck. Now, as I mentioned, you can break things and like your differentials, and that's going to be detrimental to your reward for the thing. because a locking differential is not something you're going to use on solid ground. You're going to use it in mud like this, because in solid ground, if you turn, that inside tire is going to be spinning more than the outside tire. It's going to be basically not getting traction. It's going to be spinning too fast, and that risks breaking your differential. So turning on and off the electronic differential or the locking differential for the right scenario, for the right terrain that you're on, is going to be very important. And turning on and off your extra drive tires, like this one, it'd be 8-wheel drive. Turning that off and going to just 4-wheel drive is going to save you on fuel. So any scenario where you get some nice flat ground that's solid, you're going to turn off those extra drive tires and you're going to unlock your differentials to conserve the fuel. You're only going to lock the differentials and turn on the extra drive tires if you absolutely need to. So that's basically it for Spintires. It's just a little run through. There's a tech demo. It's 75 megabytes. I'm going to throw a link to it down in the description. I'll throw a link to the Kickstarter. You can go take a look at it if you want. It looks really interesting, really modest goals. It's if you're interested in trucks, it's going to be fun. So as you can see, the terrain deformation is a really cool concept, and hopefully they're able to get this out to the market. And if they can add in multiplayer, doing something like this with friends would be a lot of fun. That could add a really dynamic element to the game. So as always, thanks for watching, and this is Kurgan. I will see you guys in the next video.
Bereite, Buvere,